Together we stand. The evening sun painted the sky orange as Grace sat quietly outside her small house. Beside her was her husband, Daniel, while their two children, Chika and Samuel, chased each other across the yard. To anyone passing by, they looked like an ordinary happy family. But years earlier, their lives had been shaken by a diagnosis that filled them with fear: HIV. Grace still remembered the day the doctor called them into his office. "We have your test results," he said gently. "Both of you are HIV positive." The words felt like thunder. Grace thought of her children. Daniel thought of his wife. Neither knew what the future would hold. For weeks, they lived in fear. They worried about sickness, about what people would say, and about whether they would live long enough to watch their children grow. One day, during a follow-up visit, a nurse named Mrs. Ada sat with them. "Your life is not over," she said. "With treatment, discipline, and support, you can live long and healthy lives." Those words changed everything. Daniel and Grace began taking their medications exactly as prescribed. They set alarms on their phones so they would never miss a dose. They attended every clinic appointment and learned as much as they could about HIV. Years passed, their health improved, and the virus became well controlled. They discovered that managing HIV was not only about medicine. It was also about eating nutritious food, getting enough rest, exercising, and supporting one another emotionally. Whenever Grace felt discouraged, Daniel encouraged her. Whenever Daniel felt tired, Grace reminded him how far they had come. Then another challenge arrived. Their youngest son, Samuel, who had been born with HIV, was old enough to start asking questions. "Why do I take medicine every day?" he asked one evening. Grace exchanged a glance with Daniel. They knew the time had come. Sitting beside him, Grace explained carefully. "Samuel, your body needs special medicine to stay strong. Many people take medicine every day for different reasons. Yours helps keep you healthy." As he grew older, they gradually taught him more about his condition. Instead of fear, they filled his heart with knowledge and confidence. Samuel learned to take responsibility for his health. He never missed his medication. He attended clinic visits and listened carefully to his doctors. At school, he excelled in his studies. He played football with his friends and dreamed of becoming a doctor one day. Years later, during a school health awareness event, Samuel stood before hundreds of students. "There is hope for people living with HIV," he said confidently. "With treatment, support, and determination, we can achieve our dreams." In the audience, Grace wiped away tears. Daniel squeezed her hand. The frightened couple who once believed their lives were over had become a family filled with hope. That evening, as they walked home together beneath the setting sun, Grace smiled. "We made it," she whispered. Daniel nodded. "No," he said, looking at his wife and children. "We are still making it together." And as they continued down the road, they knew that HIV was only one part of their story, not the end of it.